Take 55 times a million. What is up, guys? This is not live, but it is Tuesday. It's getting late. It's time for your Dynasty Fantasy Football recap. Man, it's been a while since I said this, and I almost forgot how to do it. I even forgot the draft. But roll those highlights, guys. It's week 1, 2020 football. We never thought we'd get football again, right? Like, we thought for a second it was just not gonna happen, but we got it. We're here. And week 1 is already in the books. That means we're kicking off the fantasy football season. I had a pretty good draft. Not gonna lie, I felt pretty good about it. And I had a couple people tell me that I did a good job drafting my team this year. So I'm pretty happy where I ended up. So we'll kick off with me and Freddie going off square 1-1 in week 1. The Mandalorian taking on the Blackbeards. The Light. It looks like I take the win, 170 to 134. You guys can see there on the screen on the side. I don't even see anything in my teeth. I didn't check. I didn't check before I started recording. And so hopefully this whole time I'm recording this, there's not a big old thing of spinach or something in my teeth. You see big point outputs for Calvin Ridley for me right there. 33 points from Calvin Ridley. Holy free holies. That is awesome. Feel pretty good about that. We also got 28 points from Christian McCaffrey there. Freddie, put up a valiant effort as well. 134 points. Usually that's a pretty good point output for a win. But, man, I just finally showed up on a week 1. And I finally put out after all these, the past couple of years have been pretty rough for my teams. I think I've been mediocre at best. And I don't think I've put up this many points in the past couple of seasons at all. But so a big start for me. Freddie took some injuries early on. He got James Conner and George Kittle both going out in their games with injuries, so you have to pay attention to that. Freddie, you did have David Johnson, I think. Yeah, did pretty good. Let's see if his thing goes up. Yeah, David Johnson did pretty good for Freddie. Good job there. 19 points. Good pickup. You got Thielen there at 31 points at the wide receiver position. Roethlisberger still put out 22. That guy can still play quarterback. Who knew? But I did have Juju Smith-Schuster on my team. Say that 15 times fast. Christian McCaffrey, like I said, just killed it for me. Calvin Ridley. I expected Calvin Ridley to give me points. I'm probably not going to get another output like that throughout the whole season, but I'm pretty happy with it to kick off this week. I'm highly excited about that. Let's move on to game 2, which will be draft day. Losers taking on Joe's My Fair Brady. Looks like I'm running on dial-up today. I was trying to stream earlier, and man, it was just running like garbage. I don't know what was going on. I tried it on Wi-Fi. I tried it hardwired. Just not good. YouTube was not playing nice with me. Maybe next week I'll start with Twitch and just see if Twitch is going to work. There you see Draft Day Losers taking the L, which you see as part of his icon. I wish you could see my pointer. I didn't enable that. Next time I do this, I will enable to where you can see my mouse pointer. But Draft Day Losers loses to Joe's My Fair Brady, 155 to 140. One of the closest games in the league this week. You see Lamar Jackson there with, Lamar. Lamar Jackson with 27 points. You got Hopkins there with 29. 25 points for Mostert. 19 points for Metcalf there in the flex position. Good start for Joe. And also 19 points for Fuller in the flex position for Johnny. It just, you look head to head, it was pretty good. 140 points, another high point total. All around the board, I think everybody cracked 100. Everybody did pretty good. Yeah. One team did not crack 100, and you see it right there towards the bottom being highlighted right now. But yeah. So moving on to game 3, Joe gets the win. Good job, Joe. Football taking on insert name here. That is our rookie of the year, automatically Brian out in Arizona. Second to lowest score in the league this week goes to Brian, 140 to 102. Football shows no mercy and sweeps the league, Cobra Kai style. I had a recap wrote out earlier and I didn't bring it with me, and that was the one thing I remember from it. But you see Matt Stafford there with 17 points. Football, okay, Bravo put out some feelers out there that he's looking for an additional quarterback. You got Jacobs there on the bench. Football, Bravo, proposition. I had Aaron Rodgers on the bench, and he scored 30 points. You can either have Rodgers going based off week 2. What Jacobs does, I'm fully prepared to offer you a quarterback for that running back. Just throwing that out there. You did have Mixon there. That was 6 points. Should you worry about that? Maybe. You do have Ezekiel Elliott, and the Feed Me More guy scored 27 points right there. You see being highlighted with the underline. Good job there for Bravo. Good start to the season. Moving on to Game 4. We just have 10 teams this year, so recaps will go by pretty fast. Luis's high guy being that team that did not crack 100 this week. If you rounded up, he did, but he didn't. 99.92 points. He loses to Chris out in Kansas City at the moment, I believe. 151 to 99. Another high point total. All high point totals all around. You can't be mad at any. But going into, if you guys didn't suffer like some insanely huge injury, like you see here, Le'Veon Bell did get 6 points, but he's already been placed on the IR. So let's take a look at Luis's bench and see if he has anybody on the bench that could take his place. You have Singletary actually in the flex position. You can move Singletary up to where Le'Veon Bell is playing at the moment. And if Crowder is going to show up like he did on this one, even if he gets half that, that's 12 points in a possible flex position for you. You have decent receivers. You have Brown and Godwin right there. With Deshaun Watson starting, I would keep him as your quarterback. Drew Brees had 14 as your backup. I think Brees will eventually show back up, maybe like halfway through the season. You started Gronkowski. I drafted him in another league. I did not start Gronkowski because it was more just drafting him out of like being silly, like that he came back to play football with Tom Brady in Tampa Bay. I don't think Gronk's going to do anything this year. Put some money on that. Let's take a look at Chris's team, just killing it. Russell Wilson with 31. Devontae Adams with 41 points. That may be the highest point total for any player out in the league right now. In our league. Cup there with 8. 19 points for Edwards. Solid all-around performance from all his players. Good job to Chris. Second place finisher last year. We don't have a first place returning. So Chris is defending his second place championship. I don't know. Speaking of which, what do you guys want to do about that? Let's take a look at Chris's bench. He has Daniel Jones as quarterback, set as his backup. Not bad. Looking pretty good for both teams. I think he'll rebound nicely. Luis, just take Le'Veon Bell out of your lineup. I wouldn't have started him in the first place. I know that you probably feel maybe some sort of like social responsibility to start him because he played in Pittsburgh for so long, but don't start Le'Veon Bell. I don't think he's worth starting at all. I don't think anybody's, and nobody's going to be starting him anytime soon because he's been placed on the IR for a hamstring. Who knows when he'll return, and if he will, it'll be week 5, so you're out for at least a month. That is probably the deepest injury I've seen so far with any players in any leagues. Going on to the last game of the week, it is Jeremy's Beckham Steamers. I'm just gonna laugh at some of these team names, man. Beckham Steamers winning 137 to 106. Even though Alex started Mahomes, he actually drafted Mahomes first in his in the draft this year, but it is what it is. I think Alex will rebound. He's got a solid team. He had Mark Ingram there. I don't know what happened. He only scored 3 points in some leagues on 10 carries. He had the carries. It was like that Texans defense, man. They just showed up and shut him down. Hurst says you're tight end. You're doing all right, man. I think you just got hurt there in that position. And you played a team that scored 137 points. And I think we'll see the scores come down going into the season. Without the preseason going on, I think these guys are going to get tired, and you're going to see all these points come down. Who does Alex has? Looks like he has Cam Newton as backup quarterback. Oh, he has Dobbins there as a backup running back, so you could easily swap him out for Ingram if Ingram doesn't perform. Dobbins might be doing okay going forward. Oh, actually, I mean, it was 2 rush. Oh, well, he had 22 rushing yards with 2 TDs, so it was really garbage TDs, but he stole the TDs. He actually stole the TDs from Ingram, looks like. So Ingram should have been getting those. Just tough defense all the way around. Yeah, so that wraps up the week as far as all of that goes. Let's check out the standings. You can even check out who's playing who in week 2. How about that, guys? Let's go to week 2 matchups. And there you go. I'm taking on Draft Day Losers. Blackbeard's Delight looks to get even his record at 101 going against Beckham Steamers. Joe is taking on Bravos. I believe this is the only game where both teams are undefeated. It's only one game so far. Bravo taking on Jeremy. Both teams will be looking for their first win. And Alex will be taking on Chris. Let's see if Alex can get the win or if Chris can improve to 2-0. Enough scores and highlights, right? Let's hand out some Week 1 awards. Man, let's start with the Green Elite of the Week. That goes to Luis with 99.9 points. He won this award by a mere 3 points. I don't know if you want to be winning this award, but I'm also going to keep track this year. We're going to keep track. I'm going to build a spreadsheet. We're going to keep track of all the teams that win awards this week or this year. And so far, Luis, you get Green Elite of the Week. And going right into, no shockers yet, but MVP of the Week, Player of the Week, Manager of the Week. For once, while I'm kicking off the season, and yeah, does it feel weird to be decommissioned and announce myself as Player of the Week? A little bit, but I'm gonna anyway because I am the MVP of the week. 170 points for me. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I'm writing down me as MVP. Luis, Green Elite of the Week. Week 1. We'll be keeping track of that. Guys, if you're not playing Pick'em's League, join the Pick'em's League. Even if you're a week late, just go ahead and join it. It'd be fun. I say a lot while I record these, especially when I don't run the script, but oh well. You guys, it was fun week 1. We had a really fun draft. I want to thank everybody who showed up and made it fun on Twitch. That was awesome. I'm going to wrap this show up so I can get it uploaded. So, on that note, set those teams. Pick those picks, guys. And I'll see you here next week on the recap.